Well, I don't know about you, but Christmas is frankly behind us. I hope your wallet survived that because it's the last day of the year. It's the 31st, New Year's Eve at home with yours truly, an incredible experience. We're gonna walk you through every aspect from the wine to the cocktails, the canapes, all 7 courses. Let's get going, let's get snapping.
Let's get cracking.
Cocktails and canapes. Straightforward, go to the kit, bring out box A, box B, and bring out box C. No, it's not C for the letter, it's C for cocktails. So, we're going to do the cocktail and the canapes. Very straightforward. Let's tackle the food element, because while the food element is cooking, we can focus on making the cocktail. In here, we have some garnish elements, a little crushed cashew, we have this sweet sambal, we have a little bit of oil for frying off the quesadilla. The quesadilla is done with kimchi and a little bit of cheese. If you look over here, over a medium pan, I put some of that oil in along with the quesadilla, and we're just frying it away. And you just don't want to move it. You don't want to move it. Once you get it in there, you want to let it kind of go, because if I flip this up, look at that color. Come on in, Mr. Cameraman. Do you see that? Oh, I'm looking at myself, and now you see that? Oh, there you go. We're a little bit more. And the cafeteris will go in the same pan. It's a medium flame, medium to like between medium and medium high, okay? While that's going, and for the cafeteris, we have some labne done with harissa, and here we have some oven-dried cherry tomatoes. There's a little bit more oil in here, but let's be honest, because we're cooking in one pan, we're just gonna give you one oil out of the setup. The great thing about doing these kits and these demos, it allows us to tighten everything up for you on the day. While that's going, we want to talk about a great cocktail that we've been serving since the summer here at Next. It's a calamansi margarita. So the calamansi margarita for us is a very straightforward. We have in here the tromba rum with the triple sec along with the calamansi puree. Calamansi is a fruit, citric fruit from the Philippines. It's a little bigger than kumquats, round, deep yellow color. We buy it through a company called Boiron out of France, and we just get the pulse puree. No sugar added to it, and then we adjust it. How would I describe it? Mandarin orange flavor with a kiss of passion fruit at the end. It's a wonderful, fresh approach to making a great margarita. Okay, so let's talk about what we got to do here. And the most important thing when you're multitasking is not to burn anything. So when you listen to your food, going down to a low flame, I can tell you this quesadilla is on point. Ready? Oh, look at that. If I go any more, I'm out of trouble. In fact, we're gonna just kill it now, the flame. That's enough color. I've turned it off. We're gonna let it sit in the pan. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Come back to making the drink time now. You got your shaker, you set up. You're gonna get some ice. You're gonna put in quite the dose of ice. Don't put crushed ice in, put cubes. If you have bigger cubes, great, but don't be using king cubes here, okay? You want your container at least 3/4 full. In the container, we're just gonna go ahead and add 2 of these. It's all pre-set, the mixture with the tromba, the triple sec, and the lemon juice. Everything's in there. Now, before we go for the shaky, we want to rim our glasses. So we have some kosher salt here. It's gonna go into there. And then over here, I have a solution of fresh lemon juice, lime juice, sorry, with a simple syrup, and you're gonna add that into there. The remaining half of it goes in there for a little push, a little wakey, a little shaky-bakey, okay? Put your lid over there, and we're good. We're closed up, everything's solid there. Now, we're gonna rim. The science of rimming. Okay, so we're gonna come right in. We're gonna do a touch. And then we're gonna go in. Give a little tappy. There we go. We don't go out of control with this. Just enough to make it happy times. Let me check everything over here. Make sure I'm not making burnt food. Oh yeah, it's all crispy, it's gorgeous, everything's great. Listen to it, it's still cooking. You good? Are you feeling stressed? Don't be stressed, I'm here. I'm gonna take it right to the end. Then we're gonna count down. And then I'm jumping on a plane tomorrow morning. I'm heading to Mexico. Love Mexico. It's the best place in the world ever to start the new year. The people are fantastic. The food's incredible. The beaches are warm. And the West Coast, it never rains. I'm off to Ziwa. Okay, look at that. Boom. Ready? Now, take your cocktail mixture.
Ay, caramba. Las muévetes.
Awesome. So, I'm gonna pop this off. Now, I don't have a strainer, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world, because if you don't have a strainer, then you can just lift your cup out ever so slight here, and you can just let it pour in. Look at this. It is a good day for New Year's Eve. It's a good day for New Year's Eve. Okay, and I'm gonna go one more here. And I might have screwed that up. No, I didn't screw it up. I did a great job. Look at that. So you're probably saying to yourself, but chef, it's only a half cup. Well, this is so intense that I have a little corrector. Just a touch of limonada to go in there. You always drink before you eat. That's why they offer you sparkling water. You're going to be a happy camper. Maybe you won't be because you're only getting one each. Maybe you're going to be like, I need to make that again. Calamansi's so great. Okay, that aspect's done. Drinks are ready. Come on over here. Let's get our quesadilla down. The cafeteris, I'm going to hold off for a second, and now we're going to just build this bad boy. Oh, I said it again. Time to have a shot. What are we going to do? I guess you're going to do tequila. Tequila's the way to go. And for those that don't know the inside joke, during the pandemic, it was like a quirk of mine. I said it so much that people started doing drinking games with it when they were doing our global tables, which is one of the reasons why we have such a successful program here is because of that. So down we go with the labneh, and we follow it up with the cherry tomatoes, which I'm just going to pop 2 pieces down, no more than that. There's a little bit too much in here. You're going to probably just see 3. If there's a bit of juice in there, pop that down. Okay, and then we're just going to go ahead and pop the cafeteris down. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then for the quesadilla, it's over to you how you want to do it, but what I would do, I would split it down the middle, and then I would do a little choppy do in half. So now you've got 4 pieces. Isn't that outstanding? 1, 2, oh, look at this. It's like cheese sticks, boss. Okay, and then we've got the little sambal sauce on the side, little hoisin, sweet kecap manis, some of Blackie's or our chili, crispy chili in there. There's some little bit of cashew in here just to kind of crumble down onto the plate. I think we'll give you a little less on the nut action there. I mean, come on, people. What a great way to start your New Year's Eve celebrations. It better not be 5 o'clock. You better be starting around 8, so you're still eating when midnight clock's clicking. Happy New Year. Hope you enjoyed the cocktail. Hope you're having a great time with those canapes. Everything's cleared, popped away. You've got a dishwasher full time taking care of that mess and the cleanup. Let's get into it. Let's go to course 1 of 7, New Year's Eve. We're going to do a wonderful little salad that we have at the restaurant. And remember, this menu is all about the big hitters, the dishes that have sung to our clients all through 2024. So this one we actually introduced about a month and a half ago. It's a play on some classic flavors that we have here. So we have some beautiful arugula lettuce. We have some cryo watermelon. You're looking for containers, just to clarify, container 1A and 1B. In the second container, we have the garniture. So here we have a little bit of prosciutto. So the prosciutto, if it's looking a little bit bookmarkish, again, like bacon, that's a good thing. If you want to bring it back up in the heat and just pop it in the oven, you could do that too. I won't be doing that for this session though. We've got the dressing. This dressing's just basically a lemon balm with a bit of grainy mustard. Just give it a good shake. You're going to put a good half splash in there and leave a little bit behind. Go in with a hand and give it a good mix. You want to touch it with a bit of salt, by all means. Definitely have a taste, because not only is it your prerogative as a chef, but it's also a necessity. It's a necessity in our kitchens here. Okay, pop that down. Nice little bundle. Wow, I hope the arugula looks this good on New Year's Eve. Wow, it's great. You're going to take this little shard of prosciutto. It's been crispy fried. So we do it between 2 sheets of Siliplat, the fiberglass baking trays, sheets, and then we just bake it in the oven until golden brown. Take the Cryovac watermelon. We're so nice to you. We've even sliced it. You're going to want to fan this out. Et voila. And then over here, I'm going to pop it down again. And I feel like I'm a bit short on the piece on that end. So let me see what I can do. I'm going to make some magic. Here it comes. Now, if you're a shaky, like if you're one of these people that's constantly shaking your hands, find someone young. The young ones don't usually shake as much. All right? You're going to take some black Kalamata olive that's been oven dried, and you're going to just drop that over the top, and you're going to let that all kind of crumble down. Again, texture. The classic profile and flavor at next are hickory smoked feta, done on site, smoked. Look at that. So you're getting that lovely kind of like caprese style look to it. Then we have a 20-year aged balsamic. It's cut with a little bit of olive oil. The suspension might have separated during travel and resting, because remember, by the time this gets to you, a lot has happened in the day. So we're just going to go ahead and do a little swirly-do. That's just going to bring up the acidity and the contrast flavors of the depth of the balsamic of the 20-year-old against the cheese, everything else. What do we need this for? I don't know. I kind of feel like it was a bit too much, but hold on. Let me see if I can fix it in there. Oh, yeah. You know what? Let's go European style. More dressing. Always more dressing. 1 of 7. What a great way to start. Cryo watermelon salad with prosciutto, crispy prosciutto, arugula, 20-year-old balsamic, hickory smoked feta, Kalamata olive. Say that in a sentence. Course 2, guanciale carbonara. Carbonara is probably one of the most misunderstood dishes in this country. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a restaurant and I get some they're calling it carbonara, but it's actually bloody Alfredo. The key thing that this is all about is, let's just go with me here, people. Grab 2A and 2B. Open up 2A. The key factor, this is guanciale. This is the cheek of the pig, cured, rendered out. The fat of that is in here. We've got the fat yolks, the fat of the guanciale, and a little bit of pasta water, and we might have to add a little bit more. So this is like the soul of the carbonara. No cream. Parmesan cheese to finish, a little oil in the pan. and butcher's black pepper that has been roasted out so that it's not so stringent in the mouth, like almost medicinal, more kind of caramel notes, kind of more chocolatey in terms of its flavor. In the frying pan, we have this on probably blitzkrieg level. We do. So the miracle speed, we're going to just cool that down. So just simplicity of this recipe and to execute it, because it's a very quick dish, just pop all your lids off. Once you've got all your lids popped off, the first container you're going to go with is the oil. Just going to splash that down in the pan. And as crazy as it seems, throw the sugar snap piece in right away. Throw the noodles in right away. A little heavy on the noodle, not going to lie, I can see that. But again, if you know me, this is where Chef Matt and I tighten things up so that you're having an exceptional meal, but you're not walking around with your pants off at the end of the night because you're so overstuffed, all right? So we're just going to kind of bring that together. You can see the reason I put the peas in right away was so that I can kind of get the vegetable to wake up on the cellular level. Look at it, it's all nice and green now. It's not looking like it fell out of the bottom of a cardboard box somewhere on the loading dock. We're going to add our guanciale in now. We didn't want to add that in the beginning because we don't want to get color on that. We're going to take half the pepper and we're going to smack it in. Half of it. Okay, and now we're going to put the guanciale mix in. Make sure you get all of it out of there. All right, kill the flame. This is eggs. This is going to come together very quickly. Oh yeah. And you want to look at it and you want to pray to the Italian gods. And then you want to say, bless me, Father, before I have not sinned. You want to just kind of bring that together with the water. Look at this. Oh. You know, we started the carbonara on the menu, I think probably now it's been almost 4 months, but we also feature it. Remember, Best Hitters of 2024. We feature this at brunch. Probably one of the best compliments I've ever had was from an Italian mother who was in for brunch, and she had the linguine carbonara, and I could see she was a bit skeptical. She's like, who's this British kid? And sure enough, when it came to the table, I walked by to check in on her, and she's like, come here, you. And she got up and she gave me a big hug. It doesn't get better than that. When you get hugs from moms in your restaurant and you're a chef, you can tell me you love me all day long, but if I get a hug from a mom, that's it for me. I'm gonna go to mush. So check this out. We're gonna just take the noodles, we're gonna pop them in, 1, we're gonna pop them in, 2, probably bring a little bit more back over here. It looks like Pete's getting more than Mary. Mary, here you go, I got you sorted, you're taken care of. Get all that garnish out. So you can see, what was the cool pro tip there? When you put your guanciale mix inside with the egg, take it right off the heat. I turn the heat off immediately. It's beautiful. You know, why are we doing the snow piece? There's probably not a lot of green outside right now. And we put the fresh Parmesan cheese on the top, the butcher's black pepper, and you walk into the kitchen and you open up that wine and you look at your wife and you look at her deep in her eyes and you say, oh my God, I love you so much. Happy New Year, love. Course 3, the classic, the kapow cauliflower. We are probably close to 8 years running. Read the comments below. I guarantee you Matthew Basil has come in here, a dearing, long-running friend of mine from Toronto. Matthew did a pop-up with us here, and he did his version of tempura fried cauliflower. And from that, it was one of those moments where I was like, I'm stealing that concept right there, but I'm gonna make it my own schwink schwank. Let's get into it. It's a simple, crazy-ass dish to do, and it comprises of a number of things going on here. We've got you a good 4 ounces of vegetable oil so you can re-crisp the already fried cauliflower. We have some edamame avocado puree. Oh, by the way, we're on course 3. We have some pickled goji berries. We have some crushed cashews that have been crispy fried. And then we have the kapow sauce. All right, so what do we do? Oh, and some cilantro. So it's straightforward. The kapow cauliflower, you're gonna pan fry into a frying pan. You're gonna make that nice and crispy. You're gonna have it over medium-high heat. Get your oil off first, throw the cauliflower in and cook it out. The speed of service, we're gonna just go right into it. I'm just gonna pop these over. Amazing. Once they come out, these are hot and ready to go. Just gonna take my sauce, pop that right in, and we're going to give this a good old shake and toss. And the whole purpose here is to coat, but you don't want to coat it to the point where it's kind of too much. So if you're wondering, I feel like he gypped me. I feel like Chef Blackie didn't give me enough sauce. No, I gave you enough because I don't want you to have too much and then you're finding like you're having a salt lick for your course. So that oil has been used in the frying process. So now let's get down to the plate up. I told you it was gonna be easy. Super ass simple. Look at this right here. Avocado edamame puree. Put a teaspoon down. Put a teaspoon down. Give a little wipey, give a little wipey. Grab your collies, pop them upside down. You got one, you got two. You got one, you got two. If you're really adamant about this mucka in the pot here, yeah, mucka. If you don't know that word yet, mucka's just like tasty stuff. There you go. Don't throw out the tasty stuff. Keep the tasty stuff. Okay? Then, little cashew. Little cashew. Might give you a little bit less than that, but that's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good, but cashews are pricey in this crazy world we live in right now. These are gonna be the cashews that aren't gonna meet the tariff export to stateside. Gotta do it, right? All right, and then look over here. We got a little cilantro. Oh my God, you're at home. It's New Year's Eve, and you're having Blackie's kapow cauliflower. I'd be impressed. Happy New Year. So the biggest thing I can say to you, we're moving into course 4 right now, is that if you want to take a break, it's okay. You set the pace. Don't feel inclined to keep plodding along doing each course. If you're tapping out, that's okay. Failure is an option. Bring out of the fridge 4A and 4B. Frying pan is at full smoke right now, and what I want to do is, and if you're with me, I'm just going to go right in there right away. So we're coming right in here, and we're going to get that going. So I'm on full flame, so you need to have the fan on, and you need to be cooking it pretty darn quick. While that's all going down, pop open the lids on the rest of your elements. Underneath the Chinese, the garlic chive, we have a little bit of an egg crepe that we've done with a little bit of gochujaro. So everything's cooking beautifully here. And now I'm going to go with the noodles. I'm going to pull a little bit off of that. It's just a little too much, but that's just me. We're good, I think, in terms of the level. Amazing. Don't move it. Just leave it. Clear all your containers to the way. See how fast that is? Don't worry about that extra noodle. That's, again, more about Chef Matt and I kind of figuring out what we want to do and go from there. We're going to take the kuaitiao sauce, oyster sauce, our house-made crispy chili, garlic, ginger, and some bird's eye chili. So we're just going to smack that in there. Don't really think we need to go any more than that. Give it a little push down. It's good. There's no need to introduce water here. Just leave it the way it is, okay? So the bean sprouts, the egg crepe, the All that is going to be used as the garnish. The tofu, fish tofu, will go directly in now. We'll get that sorted. And now we can go. So you can see I'm using the back of my spoon to just kind of pull the noodle off a little bit. If I was cooking on a wok and I was on a wok burner that's throwing like 100,000 BTUs as opposed to the 5,000 here, I would not be having this challenge. But we still are going to end up with the same result. You can see this beautiful flat broad noodle coming together. Look at that. I'm going to put just a bit more of the sauce. I think we can go all in. You know, Bilal's my saucier chef and the man who helped me develop this dish. And watching him during service on a Friday night when we're pumping out service, and I'll be coming from the dining room where I'm taking care of my guests, it's always such a joy to see him rocking on the char kway teow. It's a dish that requires a little bit of an Asian touch to it. We used to serve this in the cafe at the Mandarin Oriental, our all-day restaurant, which was the most insane restaurant of all. We would do 1,000 covers a day. We'd be open up for breakfast and we go all the way till the end of the day. And on average, we would do 1,000 covers. And the kitchen we worked in, if you see my kitchen over there, it literally was the size of that. And it was just incredible. The efficiency and space that we'd have in there was just phenomenal. So, garnishing up right now inside the bowl, some of the garlic chive, followed up with the egg crepe, followed up with the bean sprout. And et voila, people, you have been transported to the west coast of Malaysia. I can't tell you how much this makes me happy. Can't wait for the tape to stop so I can go tuck into this. Enjoy. Char kway teow. I told you it was going to be good. If it's a keeper for you and you love that flavor, make a reservation. Come on down to Next. Remember, 1st to the 15th, we're closed. Reopening on the 16th. We're out for a Christmas break. Let's get back to it. Let's go in. We're on course 5, dark and stormy beef short rib with crispy pad kaprao style egg. You're going to bring 5A, 5B, and 5C. Quickly walking through it all. 5A, when we open it up, we got 2 chunks of the beef short rib. In 5B, we have the sauce for the short rib with the polenta. In 5C, we have the eggs too. If you screw up the egg, it's on you to get another. So, in the container, we have some garlic oil, garlic confit, a little bit of oil. I'm just going to pop a little bit in this really hot pan that I'm going to bring down. I don't know why I got it so smoky. I guess I just wanted to go for a special effect. We're going to take the beef short rib and we're going to pop it in there. You're going to give yourself the base sauce, which is quite thick, and we want it to be that way. And where do we want to go with this? A little bit of water, just to kind of bring it together, the liquidity. And what are we kind of looking for? We're looking for something coating to the back of the spoon. Are you ready? Coating to the back of the spoon. Do you see that? We want that coating. We don't want it clumping, we want it coating. 2 very different words. So while that's going on with the beef, I'm going to slide forward and we're going to do the pad kaprao style egg. I'm just going to do one because I've got the miracle of Matt Hall in my pocket who's already got it sorted out for me. So let's come in here with this egg. And what I'm going to show you about this is you're going to do something you would never do with an egg. You're doing a sunny side egg, but you're going to cook it in a way that the egg white on the outside is fully crispy, what we like to refer to as frill. So super crispy. In another pot, you're going to take your polenta, you're going to heat it up, you're going to touch it with a bit of water until it's fully creamy. So I've already got that done at the front here. The miracle of science right there, the miracle of camera work. We've got that already sorted for you. Egg is going. If you can see it, it's kind of frilling. You've got to have yourself a nice frying pan, Teflon preferably, and high heat. Make sure the fan's running. I don't have a fan running here. Here's my beef. Here's my polenta. So once you have things kind of in motion here, and your eggs are gone, all we're left with is a bit of garnish. This is onion soubise done with harissa. And now look at this egg. Do you see how the yolk, the white, is getting super crispy? Pad kaprao is a classic breakfast dish, lunch dish that you'll get in Thailand. And it comprises of a crispy fried duck egg. And then on the bottom, it's usually duck meat. And look at that. You know, I'm so blessed. Frying pans just appear out of midair for me. That's awesome. Let's pop that down there. So as you can see, in total, I got 2 pots, one with the beef short rib, one with the creamy polenta. I have the frying pan with the eggs, which are there and ready to go. And in fact, I think I'm just going to slide that right in. And just to kind of minimize the amount of pan action, I'm just going to go like that. That's good. And then the only thing we have left to do here is saute the beans and the kale. I think we would take the beans and just split them in half. Don't worry, that'll be done for you. Again, this is just about Matt and I making sure we got everything lined up for ourselves. We're going to drop the garlic confit with the remaining oil. There should be a third left in that container. And with that pan coming up to full heat in a second there, we're just going to let it come up. Oh, by the way, look at the pad kaprao eggs. Woo! Can you tell which one's mine? Those are Matt's, this is mine. And the trick is, runny egg yolk, crispy frill. That texture cutting against the beef short rib, it's magical. I can hear that this is starting to get going. We're now going to take our beans, drop them in, drop the kale. Leave it, forget about it. I'm going to come back here and we're going to start plating. So the first elements that we're going to do is the goat cheese polenta. And do slightly offset on the plate. You've got a good heaping tablespoon of the polenta each. Give yourself a little rub out. Go ahead and use a spoon, I think, is the best approach here. Yep. We're just going to drop down a piece of the beef short rib. The reason we're calling it dark and stormy is that we actually are just mimicking the flavors of dark and stormy by using molasses, balsamic, cumin, chorizo spice flavorings, ginger, to kind of give that same flavor profile that you would get from a dark and stormy. Over here is your vegetables being sauteed off now, and they are literally almost there. Do not add any water to this. You want to add seasoning, please go ahead and do that to your own taste profile. The pad kaprao eggs, we are now just going to take them, and there's 2 ways to do this. You could slide it on, or you could take a pair of tongs, and I just want the cameraman to get that. Look at that. Look at that. You know, in North America, if you did that in a restaurant for breakfast, someone would say you were a hack cowboy, you didn't know how to cook eggs. Not so in Asia, it's a whole other attitude. Let's go with some of our kale. I think, in fact, what I'm going to do here, just going to do one little schwink schwank with it. Give me a second, folks. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to put my soubise. So this is just a little labneh with a fine roasted onion puree that's been confit in duck fat. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go a little wipe down on the plate. It's beautiful. We're going to take this. This is mitapin. This is like a breadcrumb crust. Very classic French. It's nothing more than, honestly, herbaceous elements like chives, parsley, tarragon, That's pretty much it with some garlic, and you blend it in the food processor with bread, white bread, like Wonder Bread, no crust, until you get that wonderful color. Okay, kale's done. There you go. Maybe use a rag. Don't be like Chef. There we go. Turn off your burners. Braised beef short rib with a crispy pâte caprese style egg, dark and stormy sauce, onion soubise, little wilted kale, green beans. Enjoy. You're a mean one, Mr. Schnitz. Well, not quite, but we're doing a classic, a real classic rendition on a dish that I used to do in the 90s for course 6. It's the Schnitz, the chicken schnitzel. Sorry, I'm just having moments of like, what was that? What was that show? Dr. Seuss? Yeah, I think we could have a good parody of it. Anyway, let me get back on focus. 6A, 6B. Let's open it up. We introduced this dish earlier in the year. It's been a huge success. You know, it's like, I like to refer to these dishes as like historical cuisine. People say the classics. I don't know, the classics just kind of like, there's certain things that are classic that I hope never come back, but then there's some things like this, I just find them so historically strong, like a creme brulee, like a carbonara, like a schnitzel. So, we've got a number of elements going on here. You've got butter and oil to cook the schnitzel. You have some flat leaf parsley with beet stained shallots, and then we have some crumbled goat cheese. Over here, what I'm gonna showcase to you is I'm gonna first start off with making the gnocchi. So the gnocchi's in here with the olives and the sun-dried tomato. We're gonna put a little bit of the oil in there. We're gonna take one little gnat of butter out. I'm going to drop that in. The rest of this is going to be used for the second frying pan, which is going to be the chicken schnitzel. So if I drop all that in, you can hear it going. It's coming along. And then you're going to open up your sauce for the chicken schnitzel. Maybe I bring the flame up so we can actually make it cook faster, please, Chef. So we're just gonna let that kind of cook out, and then we're gonna come in with the cream. This is goat cheese, cream, garlic, lemon, crispy fried capers, a little herbaceous, off to the races. And oh look what just showed up from the loving hands of Chef Matt. We have the chicken schnitzel ready to go. I'm doing this just so we can kind of see the finished elements, but honestly, over here, look at it, check it out. It's breaded, it's ready to go. You're gonna do exactly what I did over there. You're gonna put the butter and the oil in the pan over medium-high heat. You're gonna drop these in and you're gonna crispy fry them. They're not gonna be more than 2 minutes each side. Golden brown, take them off, paper towel them, you're off to the races. Pop open your garnishes containers, which is the goat cheese, the flexed parsley, and the beet stained shallots. We're coming back over here to our goat cheese cream with the gnocchi. It's beautiful. I don't want to go any further than that. Just gonna pop my rag underneath there so I don't destroy my cutting board. We come to the chicken. You're gonna go 1. You're gonna go 2. Turn off your flames. I think I'm gonna need a little bit of water in there. I feel like it got a little too thick, a little too quick. That's gonna be kind of a what the culinary terminology is called look and see. Oh yeah, there we go. So we're gonna just come right down with the gnocchi, with the sun-dried tomato sauce down on the second one. Look at that, great stuff, amazing. Oh, mucked it up a bit. Not the end of the world. The little wipey-typey down here, there we go. So then just popping down some little chunks of this crumbled goat cheese down on the plate. Just kind of want to get those hits of strong blue cheese. Do a little fleck of parsley down on the plate. Did you get that? Again, shame on you, Salt Bae. There we go. And then we'll finish off with a bit of beet stained shallot. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your last savory course. The clock on the wall should say approximately 10:30, quarter to 11. We'll be right back to wish you in the Happy New Year with an incredible dessert. Enjoy the Schnitz. Well, you've had your cocktails, you've done 6 courses, you've drank your wine, you're good. Now the clock, I think we're on the countdown, aren't we? Yeah, we're coming to the end of it. We're going for one of the newest desserts that we brought to the menu. This was introduced about 2 months ago. It's the warmed peach and raspberry crisp. Let's check it out. It's in the container. Here we go. You get 2 of these. Please, you don't need to bring these back. You can keep these. You can use it as a, I don't know, an ashtray? No. Anyway, you figure out what you want to do with it. But you're going to take these, you're going to pop them in the oven. You're going to cook them at 300 degrees for non-conventional, meaning that means no convection heat, or if you're doing convection, sorry, let me reverse that. Trying it again. Ready? So temperature-wise, in a convection oven, you're going to do it at 300, and in a non-convection oven, you do it at 350. When the oven's fully hot, pop it on a tray and bake it in the oven and go for 12 minutes. In 12 minutes, you're going to have nice toasty oats. We have the achi berry done with the hemp seeds in there, so you have a real wonderful crusty texture. And the crisp is warm through and through with the peach. Delicious. So we'll just put these cold ones over here. So this little secret weapon here to finish your dessert is freeze-dried dragon fruit with peach and raspberry. And this is just kind of to bring the texture around a little bit. And all you're going to do is very gently, because it has seen some travel, you're going to just pop that down on top. And remember, when you picked it up or the driver dropped it off, we gave you a 4-ounce container of our Tahitian. No, in this case, it's not Tahitian. I do apologize. We get 2 types of vanilla in the house. We get Madagascar and Tahitian. This is Madagascar. Ice cream. So vanilla ice cream using our PacoJet system, which is this cool machine that we get from Switzerland. And you're just going to put a good dollop down on top. And you're probably not going to talk to anybody, including the person you're hanging out with. And that, my ladies and gentlemen, is a wonderful ending to a beautiful year. We're so happy you could be a part of this experience, but more importantly, if you were supporting us throughout this entire year or just tonight, thank you so much on behalf of the Next team. We can't wait to show you what we have coming in 2025. There's some really exciting stuff on the way. Happy New Year to you and yours.